You know, sometimes I get home from work and I really fancy some rich, sticky comfort food, but I just haven't got the time. So I've come up with a recipe that will give you all the comfort that you'll want. 3 great dishes, all in under half an hour. I'm going to do the most amazing sausage-style cassoulet. And then to go with it, I'm going to do the most lovely steamed greens with a brilliant tomato dressing. And then for dessert, I've got a cheat pavlova with crushed raspberries and yoghurt. Pans and trays are on. First job is the sausage cassoulet. Let's get some lovely smoked bacon. You just need about 4 rashers. I'm going to slice it up about 1 centimetre thick. So in a tray, a little bit of olive oil goes in, the 4 rashers of bacon. So I just want about 1½ red onions. Bacon's just starting to get a bit of colour there. So I'm going to slice up these onions, just roughly. I'm going to use leeks as well. Take the bare ends off the stalk. Just get the leek, carefully slice all the way down the length. I'm going to give that a wash. Shake. OK. So I'm going to turn this pan up to full whack now. Go in with the onions. Got lovely bay leaf. I've got thyme tips, don't even need to pick those. I've got sage leaves, just maybe tear them up a little bit. Rosemary, bit of rosemary in there. Look at the colours. Try and slice the leeks reasonably thin. Just clank through it. The leeks give you a lovely sort of oniony sweetness and silkiness. Coat that in all that lovely flavour and fat. I just want to put a swig of water in there from the kettle. Fill my pan up with water. Season that water as well. Put a lid on there. OK, that little swig of water in here will evaporate quickly, but in the time it takes to evaporate, which will be a few minutes, it will really help soften those veggies quickly, share the flavours quickly, and then it will start frying and caramelising again. I'm using chipolatas. Get quality ones from supermarket or butcher. Right, so get your sausages in there. There's about 400 grams of chipolatas in there, and that'll be enough for about 4 people as well. Whack them in the oven. Now I want to do a crispy breadcrumb topping. So really, all you need is about 4 or 5 slices of bread. You know, about that much. Just add a little salt and pepper and a little olive oil. Put a couple of bits of garlic in there. Don't even bother peeling them. Just throw them in. And also, if you want to flavour it with any other herbs, just grab some more of those herbs you used in the base and just whack it in there as well. Nice. Because you put the oil in it, it's all going to go golden crisp. While this is all kind of snugly just ticking over, I want to get the first bit of the dessert done. So, first things first. If you go into the supermarkets, or even good bakers and delis, they have got pre-made pavlovas. I'm going to put 4 of them on a nice little board like this. The one thing I'm going to do to sort of invest in flavour is if I just get a bowl and take most of those raspberries, save a few back for decoration. Just put a little honey in there, and then get a fork and just mush up these raspberries. I've just made like a homemade raspberry sauce. Get my yoghurt here. OK. And then just put it in there. 1 or 2 really big tablespoons of yoghurt in there. And then what I want to do is just marble this up, OK? I want it sort of rippled. I'm just going to let that just sit there. That's ready to go and be assembled later on. Cassoulet, if you look in here, I've just turned it down because I don't want it to run away with me. It's sizzling away. To turn this into a proper dish, what I want to do is grab some butter beans and some haricot beans. I'm going to put the beans and the juice into the tray. Haricot beans in there as well. That moisture from the pack immediately starts to take off. See the sticky goodness here on the bottom? You can literally scrape it off. I'm using some passata. You can absolutely use a tin of chopped tomatoes. I'm going to use about half, 3/4 of a jar. I'm turning it back up to full whack now so it starts to boil. So just a little bit of salt and pepper. That's going to come up to the boil. These have had about 15 minutes. What I want to do now is put half of the breadcrumbs on top, almost like a little separator. Then get your sausages and just sprinkle them in and around. And then breadcrumbs on the top again. For flavour and for looks, really, I want to get some more herbs on the top there. So I've got some lovely sage leaves here. Just put a little olive oil in your hand and just move the herbs around. If you just put herbs dry onto anything, they'll be hideous. And you can see that it's boiling away nicely. Just going to whack that straight back into the oven to get golden and crisp. That'll be another 5 or so minutes. The last thing I'm going to do is to make greens beautiful. So first things first, I've got my onion and just sort of grate it. That's all I want, really. Not quite all of that. Garlic is the second thing. Half a clove of garlic. You don't need much garlic. Squeeze it in there. And here's the interesting thing. I've got 2 nice ripe tomatoes here. Just cut them in half and just squeeze the seeds out. And then what I do is I use this grater and I use the skin side on my hand and I just grate. You sort of create this tomato slush. And that on greens is just amazing. We have a nice pinch of salt going in, a little pinch of pepper. Gonna go extra virgin olive oil, about 3 tablespoons. Juice of 1 or so lemons. Have your fingers underneath to catch any pips. This is such a clever way to make greens incredible. So broccoli goes in. So full whack. So the broccoli needs just about 3 minutes. Now let's finish the dessert. We've got this pavlova. Now I want a combination that really makes it sing. So I've got that lovely lemon curd. Just put 1 heaped tablespoon in each one. Then we've got this ripple. Take a nice wodge of it and then just gently put it on here. Try and be gentle about it. You know, you want to see all the ingredients. And you know what as well? We're going to have plenty of leftovers. And this raspberry and yoghurt is brilliant for breakfast. Then what's quite nice is just cut a raspberry up in half. Get yourself 4 nice sprigs of mint to look pretty, but also to taste lovely. I'd be mad not to just get one of the little flowers from these little thymes. You know, it is a good, delicate flavour. Get your honey, hold it from here, and when it starts to get really straggly, just do each one. So, a beautiful dessert done. And my broccoli here has had just over 3 minutes, so I've got to be careful now. Try and make a point of draining it and then just shake it in. And the steam and the heat will just suck up all of that flavour and dress it almost like a salad. Now that is what it's all about, you know? So we've got beautiful greens done. And I know for a fact that this is done. Have a look at that. Absolutely lovely. Just blipping away there. You know, the sausages have stayed crispy. The sage here has just gone lovely and crispy as well. That'll be good to eat. And you've got the breadcrumbs, which is lovely. It's got everything. Crunch, flavour, stodge. So there you go, look at that. Comforting sausage cassoulet, those lovely summery greens, and that lovely dessert. All of that in well under half an hour. Who would not want to come home to that?